to present the high school football game of the week between the Hillers of Union Hill and the Bulldogs of Emerson. Hello, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. This one is number 78, and to join us this afternoon, a familiar voice back from Hawaii, Jimmy Cavallo.
Thank you, Anthony, very much. And I'm glad to be back, but I must say, while I was away, the broadcast was in good hands. I can't think of a better guy to fill in than the Fa, Ed Ford.
Well, the Fa was wondering if you were going to show up again or if you were going to stay in Hawaii. I'll tell you one thing, Jim. Let's talk about the difference in degrees. What was it, 90 in Hawaii and 20 here?
A week ago today, I was sitting in the sand with the sunglasses and the tank top. Today, I got the scarf, the hat, the gloves, the long johns. I got it all on.
But you're not complaining.
No, sir. It's not. There is no Emerson Union Hill on the big island of Kona or Maui. There's not the emotion and everything that this game represents. 78 years, and you take a look at the all-time record. 34 wins for Emerson, 34 wins for Union Hill, 9 ties between them. So today, they go for the edge.
But, Jim, a very important game if you're a Bulldog alumnus, because this game has never been tied since about 1920, and also Union Hill has never owned the edge in about 50 years. So we're looking at a little history here. If Union Hill wins today, it will be more than 50 years that they finally have pulled ahead in this series.
Well, they've won 3 in a row, have not lost it since 1992. So this is a big one, Carl Holbig. But hey, you look at it last year, Union Hill came in at 7-2. Emerson came 6-2. Emerson came in at 1-7. This year, both teams 3-5. It's up for grabs.
Right now, they're on the field with a little ceremony, and when we come back, we'll have the lineups, the kickoff, and
Thanksgiving, baby.
Maybe a little turkey.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Roosevelt Stadium here in Union City. Right now, the Star Spangled Banner will let you listen in a little bit here as we wind it down to the beginning of this football game.
Yes, sir. An outstanding job by the young lady singing our national anthem as we are set for football here at Roosevelt Stadium. Game time temperature checking in the 30s.
I tell you what, that was an outstanding job. I know it's early in the morning, and she's ready for a football game.
She is absolutely ready as all the dignitaries standing. I mean, look at the referees getting in right there. They're into it.
You have to be, you know, you shouldn't need a reason to get up for Thanksgiving Day here at Roosevelt Stadium. For Emerson, Jim, little injuries for this team. They come in with a banged-up football team. They come in with really their best football player not playing today, and that is a tremendous blow to this team because he's their running back, and he was the heart and soul of Emerson, a team that won 3 games this year, and that is Anthony Legger. But they're going to persevere. They're going to move on, and they're going to hope to rely on a freshman. Very interesting move today by Bruce Nascimento. The freshman team had an outstanding season. They went 7-1-1, and if not for a tie on the Little Turkey Day when Union Hill and Emerson play their game, they would have won the county. But because they tied, Hoboken edged them out. Even though they beat Hoboken, it was you know, all those tiebreakers, and Hoboken edged them out. So congratulations to Hoboken freshmen for winning the county championship, but also to Tony Ragone, who coaches the Emerson High School freshman team. Their star running back is being brought up into this game and is playing today, and you'll see him at the linebacker position and running the football. He is Ellis Torrey. The referees for today's game: Ralph Lamo, David Weeks, Frank Belinfanti, Vic Simon, Tim Kerwin, and Mike Lamerlitano. For Union Hill, well, you know, they have had a disappointing season because a lot of people expected them to be really in the thick of the race for the another Hudson County Championship. You know, usually Hoboken, Marist, and Union Hill have played some pretty big games the last couple of years. But Union Hill did not live up to those expectations, although they have a lot of talent They have a very talented senior by the name of Wilmer Torres, who will be hearing his name a lot today. And watch out for the freshman. I'm sorry, watch out for the sophomore for Union Hill, the fullback. He is going to be a star for years to come here at Union Hill. He's already probably one of their best players. Heathcliff Leonore. He is a load. Number 20. He will get the ball a lot, and that is the key to today's game. Can Emerson stop the fullback, and can they stop Heathcliff?
And we saw Heathcliff earlier in the year, and he was outstanding. Young man, not all the size in the world, but runs with a lot of steam, a lot of fire, and a lot of fury. This should be a good ball game today. Both these teams a little more evenly matched this year, and give Bruce Nascimento some credit. I mean, 1-8 a year ago, and he's gotten this team to 3-5 victories over Hudson Catholic, Lincoln, and Snyder. For Union Hill, a little down this year after a nice 7-2 last year for Carl Holbig in his 10th year. Victories this year over Newark Eastside, Snyder, and also Lincoln. The one difference between these two teams this year is Union Hill did not get that victory over Hudson Catholic, as Emerson did.
And Emerson won that game in the final seconds on one of those crazy passes out in the flat where the halfback pitches it to another runner coming by. It was Anthony Legger, and he went the distance.
We are set for football. Chris Moyano kicks off. Fielding it right there is Jeffrey Pena. Pena takes it upfield. Pena into the pile he goes, just shy of the 30-yard line, driven back by the Hillers, and we are underway on Thanksgiving morning, November 28th. The 78th meeting between the Hillers and the Bulldogs is in action. Nice crowd here today. We'll take a look at the starting lineups for Emerson, led by the junior QB, Thomas Crespo. Joe Velez is the fullback. Frankie Johnson. Jeffrey Pena. And Espinola right there. As you take a look, Jose Brito will round it off. Here's a first down play for the Bulldogs. Crespo comes under center. In motion is Espinal. Here's Crespo on first down. Takes a look. He'll throw first down. Coming out throwing to the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. That ball intended for Jeffrey Pena.
Emerson likes to pass the football. However, in speaking to the coaching staff before the game, as we continue with the lineups, Hernandez, Marrera, Hassan, Silviano, and Julio Quesada anchor up that offensive line for the Bulldogs. They wanted to keep it a little bit more conservative. They wanted to get back to basics here. Usually in the past, they've come out and done some things that have been, out of the norm in this game, and they feel like if they can keep it simple, they can keep it close.
On second down, here's Crespo. He'll throw once again. He's pummeled right there. Tom Crespo got leveled. An outstanding job by the Union Hill defense. That might have been Heathcliff right there, Lenore, to get him also in on the play.
Or number 6, Nicky Palat. One or the other.
Oh, excuse me. Chris Moyano, and that might have been Heathcliff Lenore. We'll take another look.
There you see.
On the defense, Moyano, Jimenez, Lopez, Perez, Dominguez, Lopez, Leonola. Here's Crespo on third down and long, about 17. Crespo rolling right, back to throw, feels pressure, throws it low. A good job that time by number 9, Roger Giraldo for the Hillers. He was coming hard.
Well, I'm sure the Bulldogs have a plan and a game plan and how to attack this Union Hill defense. But they come out early in this game, and they don't run the football in their first series.
3 passes with Tommy Crespo. Take a look at the D-backs for Union Hill. Torres, Moreno, and Giraldo. Back to punt.
Torres sounds like a law firm.
Jose Brito back to punt for the Bulldogs, as they will go 3 and out on their first series. Brito, the lefty, gets it off. Back to field is Jose Munoz. Munoz looking for that midfield stripe. Munoz loses the ball to go out of bounds right there. Poked clean. First man there was number 11, Julio Pena.
Nice play by Julio Pena. He had to survive a stiff arm from Jose Munoz, and then Munoz lost the football. Break for Union Hill that it went out of bounds.
Here's the Hillers offense. Munoz is the QB. Leonola, Torres, Giacomon, Velez, Lopez, Moyano, and Perez, the big boys. Lopez, Ovalle, as a penalty flag is being sorted out. Looks like it's going to be motion on Emerson.
So Union Hill does the smart play here. They going to force Emerson to kick it again.
While we have a moment, we'll take a look at the defense for the Hillers. Hernandez, Negron, Garcia, Quesada, Hassan.
For the Bulldogs, you mean, Jim?
Oh, we're looking at the Bulldogs. Listen, I've been in Hawaii for Brito. Giacomon, Morano, and Peraza. Here's Garcia. The backfield is Pena, Garcia, and Martinez. No, thank you.
Now, we will see a change defensively for Emerson at the one linebacker position. The inside linebacker coming into the game for Emerson is banged up, and he's going to give it a try. That's Cyrus.
You know, we're going to take a look at this penalty, Andy. This penalty is actually against Union Hill. It was a personal foul, 15-yard penalty. So all of a sudden, this brings up a 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs. And they might be just thinking about this one here, or at least letting the Hillers think they're thinking about it, as the ball sits about the 38-yard line, about 1 yard to go for the first down.
Well,
take a look at Assemblyman Rudy Garcia, one of our many dignitaries here on Thanksgiving morning. They always are here, led by the Honorable Bruce Walter and his contingent.
A very interesting call, and Emerson might want to kick themselves for not maybe running the football early in this game. Maybe if they would have picked up a yard or two on one of those earlier plays, right now they'd be in a position. They may have gotten the first down. Emerson came out passing. First 3 plays, lost some yards and 2 incompletions, but right now, what do you think, Jim? 40-yard line, actually the 39-yard line. And now Emerson's going to punt the football.
Yeah, I would think you got to punt it in this situation. A little too early. You're backed up. You don't want to give Union Hill any early life by giving them outstanding field position. So Brito back to punt once again. Here's the fake right here. To the up back it goes. He's going to be very close. Oh, the snap went to 51. Angel Marrero, and I think he got it. Oh, big call by Bruce Nascimento.
Well, the special teams coach is Joe Nardone. Maybe he saw something that he liked. I'm sure they were in the huddle that long. There's no way Union Hill could have thought that they weren't thinking of a possible fake. I mean, when you're in the huddle that long, Jim, that's usually a red flag being sent up in the sky. But number 9 for Union Hill made a pretty good play. He almost saved it for Union Hill. Jeremy Perez, he got in there a little bit late, but he did make the tackle. And Emerson just got the first down. A big play for the Bulldogs. Now let's see if they go back to their running game or start to establish a running game, as we have delay of the game penalty called, I believe, on Emerson.
So this game riddled by penalties early on, all kinds of flags.
There you see our official making the call. It looked like a legal procedure. As
Emerson comes out on first down after the penalty. Handoff goes inside. Good tackle that time by Union Hill. First man there was number 56 for the defense, Harrison Quale.
Running the football for the Bulldogs, number 42, Joe Valez, and they will need someone to step up in the running department today for Emerson with the loss of Anthony Legger, their senior running back, out with a shoulder separation.
So after the penalty and a good defensive play, second down and about 14 for the Bulldogs. Up comes the junior, 6 foot, 180-pound Tommy Crespo. Crespo swings it out this time to Frankie Johnson. Frankie Johnson left side looking for room. He will be just shy of the 40. We'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. One of the first mans there was number 60 for the defense, Javier Lopez. Also in there was Heathcliff Lenore.
People still showing up at this game, Jim, so...
It brings them out. It's an early day, 10:30 a.m., but hey, if you're one of these players, you look around and you know it's about the biggest crowd you've seen all year, and you know it means something. Third down and 10. Here's Crespo. Crespo rolls out, back to pass. He's tackled nicely. Sack time that time for the defense. Number 9, Roger Giraldo was there.
And that was a hell of a play by Roger Giraldo, who earlier in the game just missed preventing Emerson from picking up first down on that punt. Now he comes back, and he makes a great tackle on Crespo. He never brought the fake, and he makes the big play. So now Emerson in the punting formation, and is not able to cash in on the first down they got on the punt.
So once again, Brito back to punt for the Hillers. They'll punt it this time, but after the big fake, they get it away. Under it is Wilmer Torres. Signals for that catch. He lost it for a second. He'll jump right on it. Ball is shy of the 45-yard line.
That's something you won't see too many times from Wilmer Torres, who has outstanding hands and a very gifted athlete, both football and basketball.
Jose Munoz was back there. Was that Jose Munoz on that last one?
I thought it was Wilmer Torres.
Okay. It was number 3, Wilmer Torres. So out comes Wilmer Torres, that man right there, QB. He gives way to Jose Munoz, who jumps in right now. Munoz has been the QB. Munoz hands off first down. That's Lenore. Lenore banging his way for good yardage, and Heathcliff Lenore gets off fast and early, picks up about 7 or 8 on the play. Good blocking along that right side of the Union Hill offensive line.
And good job by Union Hill, who comes out of this game right now and basically goes to their bread and butter. Heathcliff, they make no mistake about it. He's the guy that Emerson will have to stop today. Union Hill, not a passing football team, and they love to run that fullback. And it's a job of Emerson today to just tackle.
Out of the wing T offense. In the QB slot now, Jose Munoz. Hands off once again, right side. Good room this time for Wilmer Torres. He's got a first down well inside Emerson territory, inside the 40-yard line. Ball will be spotted about the 36.5, and that'll be a first down once again for the Hillers.
Emerson getting the football first. You know, they wanted to try to establish something in this game. They felt like they needed to get on top of Union Hill, maybe get some confidence. Both teams come in with similar records, but Union Hill played North Bergen very tough in their last contest, losing in the game, but they led for most of the game.
Here's Lenore on first down, tripped up nicely. That time first man there was number 4, Ramon Negron. Got a piece of Heathcliff low and took him right out. Short pickup on the play.
And that's the way you want to try and tackle Heathcliff, is get him around the ankles and the knees, because if you try and tackle him up high, only a sophomore, but pretty powerful kid. A lot of talk about him as a freshman, and he led Union Hill to a county championship, and also in Pop Warner he was very successful, so he's stepping it up on every level now. So far he's done it in Pop Warner and on freshman level, now as a sophomore playing varsity.
Making it happen in the system.
There you go.
And they watched him through and through.
I saw him against North Bergen. I was extremely impressed with his performance. You always judge players by how they how they perform against the Bruins, and he performed rather well.
Here's Munoz, second down, about 7. Hands off. Heathcliff, right side, banging for yardage. Heathcliff pick up about 3 on the play. Will get down to the 30-yard line. Will bring up a third down for the Hillers.
And a good job that time by the Emerson football team. That's something that they haven't done a lot of this year. Gang tackling. See how many Bulldogs were on that tackle, Jim? There was about 4 players right on Heathcliff, and they held it to a small gain.
And that's something that this game just brings out in guys. It brings out emotion. It brings out the will to go out there and play. And hopefully Emerson can carry that on for 4 quarters.
Well, if it doesn't, you might as well take the uniform on right now.
Here's Munoz on second down. He'll throw his first pass of the game. Munoz flushed out wide left. Swings one off. Oh, caught that time, Wilmer Torres. Torres, penalties fly everywhere. But Torres is in deep into Emerson territory. Let's see what the flag is.
I think it's face mask against Emerson. I believe that will be the call. But we talked about the athletic ability of Wilmer Torres. How about that catch right there? Going one way with his body, he turned around, stretched out, made the catch. And wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is against Union Hill. It's going to be a clip call.
Big call right here as a tremendous gain will be null and void right here.
Well, I believe they'll get the first down, though, Jim.
No, that's going to come all the way back.
Well, I believe it happened after the first down marker. So,
but even the penalty marked off 15 yards, it brings it back, and it'll bring up a third down and about 6.
Okay, let's see. And that is a big call against Union Hill, who had a first down and more, and now they're pushed back, and they'll have to try and get another first down. A good job of the Union Hill quarterback getting outside, but a better job of Wilmer Torres catching that football, and we couldn't tell who the clip was on.
Here's Jose Munoz, third down and about 6. Emerson shows blitz. They come. Hands off. Wilmer Torres looking for the side. Right side. Torres surging ahead. He's got the first down. Emerson got caught on an inside blitz right there with the middle linebackers. And that opened up the right side for Wilmer Torres, and he will get the first down.
Well, good job by Wilmer following his blockers up front on that right-hand side. He just got the ball in a sweep, let the big boys in front of him lead the way, and he got it with a little extra effort. But Torres, a senior, does not want to go out losing this football game today. He's enjoyed a victory in the last 3 years.
Here's the Hillers, 1st and 10 on the 22. 4:45 to go, first quarter, no score. Just underway here, Thanksgiving Day, Roosevelt Stadium, the Hillers and the Bulldogs. Here's Munoz, hands off, left side. That's Giraldo. Roger Giraldo turns it upfield. And the junior getting some action today. We'll pick up a few.
How about the move Roger Giraldo laid on Ramon Negron, who had a shot at him in the backfield, but Roger with a little cutback, a little juke, and he kind of left Ramon standing there with only air to tackle.
Absolutely right. Giraldo able to pick up 7 yards on that play. And that was a big cutback he made up to the line. Come the Hillers. Munoz over center quickly. Barking it out. In the slot is Wilmer Torres. Lenore is right behind him. Torres in motion. It'll be Lenore. Lenore off the right side. Battling. Lenore will get close to the first down yard marker. We'll see.
And you know what? We're going to have a penalty against a Union Hill player, number 54 for Union Hill. It looks like it's Luis Jimenez, who a little bit too excited on that play. He went down, and you can't do that. Luis took a shot at one of the Emerson players a little after the whistle, but it was right in front of the official. So, you know, the official was standing right there, and he just drew the flag. And that is a penalty that Carl Holbig will not be happy with, because that took a positive gain and a positive drive and pushes them back another 15. And so far, Union Hill has been able to overcome some of these difficulties, but you got to wonder, you know, are they going to be shooting themselves in the foot right now on this drive?
So Lewis, a little overzealous, as you said, a little overexcited, trying to get into it a little too much, and it'll cost the Hillers 15 yards and an easy chance at a first down. They were in 3rd and short This puts them into 3rd and long. 17 yards to go for the Hillers. Ball spotted just shy of the 30-yard line.
I don't believe it was a late hit or anything like that, but when you do something like that in front of the official, even though maybe a second too late, he's going to call it.
Here's Munoz. In motion once again is Torres. Munoz to throw. Munoz back. Looking deep. Munoz throws it. Intercepted right there. Man to get it is Jose Brito.
Jose Brito making a big play for the Bulldogs, and this gives the Bulldogs some early confidence. And I'll tell you one thing right now, Union Hill has to come off the field and really slap themselves in the head because they let the Bulldogs off the hook with 2 penalties that took away some positive yards. And then finally Emerson said, you know what? If you don't want to score on this drive, maybe we can come up with a big play.
I mean, that's what it's all about, too. You know, it was a 3rd and 17. It would have been 4th and 17 if it was incomplete. Still a tough situation. But, hey, Jose Brito got himself an interception on the Thanksgiving game, and that's all right in my book.
And 10 years from now, it'll be a 50-yard gain from an interception that set up almost a winning touchdown.
Out come the Bulldogs. 1st down. Ball is on the 17-yard line. Here's Crespo. Hands off inside.
To number 3, Frankie Johnson, the little senior there, trying to get it done, try to get through that rather big offensive line for Emerson, led by Julio Casada, and he's a senior, number 75. He anchors that line. What you may see, again, we've seen him on defense a little bit, the freshman Ellis, and you may also see him from time to time today in the backfield, and they say he's a excellent running back and one to look for in the future here at Emerson.
Here's Crespo, 2nd down, swings it out to Bruce Garcia. Garcia along that right side, looking for room. He'll pick up a few, bring up a 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
You know, Jim, this game is all about stepping up and all about tradition and history, and I can remember a lot of games where players have stepped up and become legendary. Maybe you haven't seen them all season long, but for some reason, an injury or another reason, it forced another player into action, and you know, it came up with a performance that helped their school win a big game.
Absolutely, and how much Anthony Legger meant to this football team. Guy who's been getting some looks by the Division I AA college football ranks. Up comes Crespo. 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Oh, it looks like the Bulldogs jumped. The man to jump was in the backfield, number 42, Joel Velez. Let's see what the call will be.
Well, right now, both teams making some mistakes early on in this game. And that is not what these two coaching staffs want to see.
The officials are getting a little workout here on Thanksgiving morning.
They are. They're starting to earn their keep, but unfortunately or hopefully we won't see the yellow flag as Ralph Lamo will mark it off. Hopefully we won't see the yellow flag all morning, Jim, because we won't be out of here until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
He'll get home, the pumpkin pie will be being served. We'll say, yo, what happened to that turkey? Brings up a 3rd down and 10 for Crespo. He'll have to throw right here. Emerson backed up deep. Crespo swings over middle, complete. Looking for yardage. That time is Ramon Negron. He's very close to the 1st down, and one quick move he made might have gotten that 1st down. Nice effort by Ramon.
I think that was extra effort by Ramon all the way. Ramon making a big play and getting a 1st down. Here you see the replay. A nice throw by Crespo. Breaks that 1st tackle. 2nd man in for Union Hill does make the tackle, but Ramon was able to dive forward and pick up a big 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Yes, sir. Replays are back in the house here on Cablevision. So a nice effort right there. Bull on the 27-yard line. Here's Crespo. Emerson working off the spark by Jose Brito's interception. He throws once again, overthrows his receiver intended that time for number 15, Jeffrey Pena. It took a little bit of a beating after that incompletion.
Well, number 32, Max Moreno, said, you beat me on the play before, did the Bulldogs, and I'm going to give you something to think about when you come up the middle here.
Well, you're hung out to dry when that ball's overthrown. It gives them D-backs a clean shot. And as you said, 3-2 right there.
Looks more like Mad Max with that
Mad
big guard
Max,
that he
that's
has on.
right. You took the words right out of my
That's what
mouth right there.
You see Bruce Nascimento trying to turn his Bulldog program around in his second year at Emerson as the head coach.
Trying to get his first Thanksgiving victory.
And I tell you what, he will turn this program around if he can win today, because that would be a turning point.
Oh, left side, Frankie Johnson. Not the biggest guy, just absolutely smothered along that right side. First man there was Javier Lopez for the Hillers, and Javier just said, "Hello, my friend."
Think about it, Jim. Bruce Nascimento comes in with a record of 3-5, and the importance of the victory today, you're looking at a 4-5 season or a 3-6 season, and you win Thanksgiving Day, finish the year 4-5 after last year winning one football game. You see positive steps. You see the program slowly moving forward, and that with a productive freshman season, you have something to build on.
I mean, absolutely. And Bruce Nascimento and Carl Hobig, he knows what it's like to take programs from losing years to winning years. He's been there many times. Well, it's Thanksgiving Day. That's Frankie the Bulldog making his first appearance on Thanksgiving. Crespo hands off. Here's an option pass. Letting it fly is Ramon Negron over the middle. He goes short, and he was hassled and harassed. First guys there were number 4, Joel Lopez, and 56, Harrison Quale. But once again, my friends, there is a flag on the play.
I think you're going to have intentional grounding. Here you see, just try to just throw it to anybody, and there was an offensive lineman for the Bulldogs out there, and I don't think you can do that. There you see the mayor, Bruce Walter.
The Honorable Mayor, as always, in attendance on the big Thanksgiving Day.
Frank Vaccarino right there, my former 8th grade teacher.
Oh, I'd like to talk to Frank.
And now the assistant superintendent of Union City.
How'd you doing, Frank?
Will Romano. I did all right. I got out of 8th grade. I moved on to high school. Assemblyman Lou Morano.
Romano, that is, Lou Romano.
My lips are a little cold right now, Jim. It's about 25 degrees. We're up on a scaffold up here.
Gotta love the fact that the sun is out and shining as the penalty is marked off. As you said, against the Bulldogs, the sun is playing an important role here early on. And there we are on our little scaffold central. JC and the Fooch Man. As the Bulldogs are back to punt. Once again back is Jose Brito. Brito, he's troubled and is partially blocked. Loose ball.
That ball was hit by the Hillers.
Look out, Hillers tucks that one. But the Hillers will come up with outstanding ball position right here. It's inside the 20-yard line. And Brito, he was in a heap of trouble right there.
Well, I'll tell you, Union Hill made a big play special teams-wise. That time, credit their special teams as they almost scored a touchdown. And it was number 6 for Union Hill who came in,
Nicky Palat.
And then, for some reason, Union Hill player touched it and it popped loose. But another player from Union Hill was able to come in and pounce on it. And Union Hill has excellent field position.
That's one of those things that's tough to teach the punt return team. A partially blocked football, the ball comes forward, and yet you don't have to dive on it, but guys always want to dive on it, and that's where you might get in trouble to lose it again.
Ask Leon Lett.
Here's Bruce Garcia on first down. Joe Velez in motion. Garcia hands it off. Here's those. Check that. What am I talking about? I'm on my wrong. That was Heathcliff Lenore cross. Jose Munoz handed it off. Another penalty
with the tackle on Heathcliff, but I think we're going to have a penalty against Union Hill. And you see one reason right now, Jim, that both teams come into this game with losing records. Just too many penalties on both sides.
And we might be setting an all-time penalty record right here. I mean, how many plays have there been without a flag so far?
And I don't care how good of a football team you are or how much talent you have. You get those yellow flags flying, and it's going to be a tough day.
And finally, you see the end of our first quarter here. So first quarter that was not the most aesthetically pleasing for the fans. A lot of penalties, but nevertheless,
a close game, and that's something that both teams want to see. Not both teams, but both high schools want to see a good game, close game, and then their school win it in the end.
And they are seeing a close game. The 70th meeting between the Hillers and the Bulldogs. And the Hillers are in business On first down, Munoz hands off right side. No room right there. Good job by the Emerson to come up.
Good job by the big
Good
fella,
save.
Julio, who jumped on Wilmer Torres and brought him down rather quickly. And that's what they expect from their big defensive tackle. Plays like that where Union Hill is trying to run, I would think, away from Julio. That time Julio was able to catch up to the play, and he's limping a little bit after that tackle. That is not a good sign for Emerson's defensive line.
So after the penalty and firstly no gain, second down and 15. Oh, here it is again. Another penalty comes flying in.
You got to think right now the officials getting paid per flag.
This one's going to go against Union Hill once again.
And this is exactly what Union Hill did on their last drive, where they moved down to about the 10-yard line, and then once they got there, they said, well, this is too easy. Let's make it a little bit more difficult on ourselves, and they backed themselves up with 2 penalties, and they're doing it again.
Illegal motion lined up in the neutral zone. Ball comes all the way back to about the 29-yard line. Second down and 20 to go. Here's Jose Munoz. Munoz hands off to this first back through as Heathcliff Lenore. Heathcliff gets back close to the original line of scrimmage. Picks up a few on the play.
That time a freshman, there he is, number 30. I mean, what a way to come in. There's Heathcliff, but for Emerson, number 30, Ellis Torrey, just a freshman and playing in a Thanksgiving Day game as a freshman. I don't remember the last time that's happened, Jim. And he can say he did it. And he's in there on a tackle. There is a Union Hill player down on the field. We don't know who's hurt.
But you're absolutely right. To be a 9th grader, your first year of high school, and come Thanksgiving Day in one of the most storied games in all the state of New Jersey.
Longest running game.
And you take to the field.
78 years, the longest consecutive running Thanksgiving Day game. There are 1 or 2 games that have been longer in years, but they broke off during the war or for other reasons for a stretch.
Looks like big Javier Lopez is going to be all right. Shaking it off right there. The big fella. I don't know whether it was a cramp. They were working that leg like it was a cramp, but he will walk off slowly, but it does not look to be too serious. Hopefully, we'll see Big Jav back on the field.
Well, he's running off the field, so that's a good sign. There you see Julio Quesada. He got nicked up also for the Bulldogs.
Little Steve coming off his the old coconut right there.
You spent a little time in Hawaii. Maybe a little bit too much time.
Well, here's your situation. Third down, about 14 for the Hillers. Second quarter, 10:56 to go, no score.
Well, Union Hill, again, not really known as a passing football team. However, when you got Wilmer Torres, number 3, in the backfield, and I believe that if they're going to pass the football, they're going to try and throw it to his direction, maybe let him go up there and come down with a pass. You got a shot.
Well, they got to get the ball all the way to the 8-yard line. Ball sits right now on the 22-yard line.
Now remember, Jim, you're probably looking at 2-down territory.
It's good to see you on Thanksgiving, buddy. Let's get a little shot of me and you. Good to be back with you.
Did you really miss me?
Last week when you guys were doing the game, I was doing a mock broadcast in Hawaii on the beach.
With a pina colada in your hand?
Here's Munoz. Third down, hands off. Here looks like another option pass. Back to the QB pass. One man is there to beat. Munoz with a good move. Munoz looking for the sticks. Munoz is still on his feet. Look at this guy go. Jose Munoz. Spectacular touchdown.
Munoz just ran through the entire Emerson defense. And I believe about 8 Bulldogs had a chance of bringing him down, and he made an outstanding play. They're letting everybody know about it right now.
Take a look at this. It's the quarterback pass. It goes to Torres. He turns around. There was the one man he had to beat for the first down. Good blocking right there. And right here, athleticism just takes over. Oh, that is awesome.
Well, he made a big play, and we talked about guys stepping up in this game. Munoz, only a junior. Once he got the football, he knew exactly what to do with it. And he was just running for daylight. and he's looking for some help from his big fellas up front, and he's looking at that end zone, and he got there.
Outstanding shot right there. Here's our extra point try by Moyano, and Anthony mark it down. As we say so often, it sails wide right. They only come away with 6, and will it loom in this game?
Well, last week when we did a state playoff game, North Bergen against Teaneck, they missed an extra point, and they lost 2019.
Take another look at the extra point try right here. Chris Moyano, Wilmore Torres on the hold. You see it sail upper right-hand corner of your screen. Referees were right on it.
You know, we should just have a cart or a cassette that every time a extra point is missed, your voice, and we just hit a button, you say, oh, here we go, because it just seems that it always happens, Jim. When we have an extra point, it usually comes back and haunts the team, but Hillers are feeling good.
The Hillers lead by 6. Moyano with a good kickoff. That'll be Frankie Johnson. Frankie Johnson from inside the 20. Cuts it back left. Look out, Frankie. Swarmed under. He will not reach the 20-yard line.
Well, they're not going to be happy, the Emerson coaching staff, with the with that special teams return. Looked like Frankie never got a shot to run up the middle where the blockers were. Frankie tried to cut it back against the grain, and you know, he had a wall ahead of him, but he never really got to the wall.
The wall went right, he went left. Now comes the Bulldogs. Had a little trouble sustaining drives today. 10:20 to go, second quarter. The Hillers up by 6 in spectacular fashion. Jose Munoz.
We got a timeout called by Union Hill.
Timeout. Boy, the way this first half's going, we'll be lucky if we're home for Christmas. Bruce Nascimento will go out there and have a little chatter.
Right now, thinking about the waves and Maui a little bit.
No, come on. It's good to be back in Hudson County for football.
I think your wife is happier to be back. 2 weeks with you.
On first down. That was Frankie Johnson once again. Really no room for Frankie. Frankie has not really had the openings to work with early on here.
Well, you got to wonder at this time how long Bruce Nascimento will go with Frankie Johnson. I know he has a lot of excitement about his freshman running back, and you wonder at what point he says, okay, son, go out there and try and win me a football game.
Take a look at the shot of the Emerson bench. Compliments of our cameraman, Drew. Forever working hard here on Thanksgiving Day. Here's Frankie Johnson, right side. Frankie Johnson swarmed under. He was hit first by number 34, Chris Moyano. Look at Chris doing a little, got myself a tackle for a loss dance. All right, we'll give it to you.
And at this moment, we'd like to see the replay first of all.
Watch Moyano come up left side, fights off the block and just swallows him. Yes, sir.
I'd like to thank the groundskeeping crew and Charlie Bremer here at Roosevelt Stadium for helping us out and accommodating us in doing this football game.
Charlie boy, as always. Grazie mille.
There you go.
Here's Crespo, third down and 13. Crespo back to pass once again. Looks to swing it out right. Receiver was knocked down. He was looking for Jose Brito. He was tangled up with 30, Eddie Torres. But that was in that area that they can engage in contact, and he's not going to get that call.
Well, Jim, you got to wonder if Crespo was just trying to throw that ball away because he threw it out there where there was
He was looking for
no
Brito.
one.
If you're taking a look at that, Brito was engaged in contact with Eddie Torres, and Brito will go down. We will not.
I know he was looking for Jose, but he threw it to the Emerson sideline, and Jose was about at the hash mark there. So I know he was looking at him, but the ball wound up on the sideline somewhere.
Here's Jose Brito. His last punt was partially blocked. Let's see how this one will go. Brito standing on about his 5, two-step, punts this one straight up and very short. Ball will bounce at the 35, and it'll take a Union Hill bounce, and they will take over in fine fashion. Ball at the 34-yard line.
Well, field position right now is in the favor of Union Hill. And again, they will enjoy tremendous position here where they will try and capitalize with 8:33 to go in the second quarter.
Hillers lead 6-0. A crisp and cold Thanksgiving day. Nice crowd on hand as the Hillers take their 6-0 lead and a 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Here's Munoz. Torres in motion. Hands off to Heathcliff. Heathcliff working it. Heathcliff's got room. Heathcliff, look out towards the goal line inside the 10. Goes Heathcliff Lenore.
Well, that time Heathcliff got a great opening by his offensive line, and he just, he almost ran up the middle like he was looking for Emerson tacklers. He was looking around. Watch him as he gets through, makes a nice cutback, and he's weaving back and forth. He's kind of looking for somebody to hit, and then all of a sudden, Jeffrey Pena comes out of nowhere and takes him down.
Saves the touchdown.
But
he reminds me of Joe Morris, the ex-Giant running back, just with the number, the way he runs, the center of gravity is strongly built. Here's Munoz. Munoz hands off to Heathcliff once again. Heathcliff bouncing around. Heathcliff surging towards that goal line. He will get even closer.
Heathcliff Lenore is the type of running back you can see that if you have any shot of bringing him down, you got to do it early, because it takes a second for him to get going. But once he gets those shoulders square and pointed north, and he gets through that line, he's very dangerous.
From the 3-yard line, here's Munoz. Full house backfield, out of the wing tee. Here they go. It's Heathcliff towards the goal line. Turkey time, baby. Heathcliff Lenore.
Well, that time Heathcliff fired himself right across the goal line. Had the ball and the goal line in his eye, and he knew exactly what to do with it. Good job of running and good job of blocking by Union Hill as they capitalize on the field position.
There's another look. Heathcliff banging off the first hit, spins into the end zone, and this guy's got the goods right now. Heathcliff Lenore, as just a sophomore, he will be a force to be reckoned with in the next 2 years in Hudson County. Well, looks like Carl Holbig will elect not to kick this one. He'll try and make up for the first mixed extra point and go for 2 right here. In motion is Torres. Here's Munoz. Munoz back to pass, looking for Torres. Right side. He got it. Wilmer Torres just released off the motion, and Jose Munoz threw a strike.
He did throw a strike right to the hands of Wilmer Torres. That time Torres did not have to make a difficult catch. Right where it had to be, and he had enough room to get in to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. You see a perfect pass.
That's execution right there.
And once Torres went in motion, right here, you'll see he went in motion. He was really all alone, as Emerson did not do a good job of picking him up.
In the Pooch man, Anthony Fusilli, on a Thanksgiving morning. And right now the Hillers are having their way. 7:34 to go, second quarter. And they lead by 14. And Anthony Emerson, they need a spark. They need some type of big play to get some of that emotion back that they haven't seen since the interception early on by Jose Brito when this game was scoreless. That put some life on that Bulldog sidelines, and right now that does not exist.
Jim, when Union Hill needed a play, they got it from their quarterback, and that seemed to kind of wake them up when their talented quarterback, Jose Munoz, broke about 8 tackles to score a touchdown, and that kind of inspired the rest of the team. Emerson now needs to do the same thing.
Kickoff is high and fielded by the Bulldogs. Look to be number 24, Kenny Ainoa. As another penalty comes flying in, this is going to look to be a personal foul on the Hillers. I think it's going to be on number 30, Eddie Torres, as he was pleading his case with the official a moment ago.
Eddie, like I said before, if you're going to do something, make sure the official's not standing next to the Bulldog. And it wasn't a blatant late hit or anything like that, but it was just a little extra curricular action. And let's face it,
hey,
the officials are not going to let anything get out of control here. And if they think that something's happening, they're going to call a flag right in front of them.
And this is the biggest break Emerson has had in a while. That ball was at about the 30-yard line. Now it comes all the way out to about the 47-yard line. So they finally have some outstanding field position to start out. And let's see what Crespo can do right now. A couple plays right here. They'll be in striking distance to put some points on the board. Here's Crespo, first down, 7:27 to go. High formation for the Bulldogs. Crespo back to pass. Little pop pass knocked down that time. The big man was there, number 56, Harrison Quale. Well, he's over 6 feet tall and certainly showing it right there with the extension.
He got a big hands up there, Jim, and he was able to knock it down. Harrison Ovale. Ovale, I'm sorry.
Did I put a Q on the O? Yes, I did.
I think you did. I was confused. I was. But Harrison, good job by Harrison. Running down, first down, and he was looking past. So heads up play by Harrison.
So here's second down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Crespo will throw it once again. He feels the pressure, throws it. That ball is intercepted, and look out! Look out, Max Moreno! Maxie Boy is going in!
There's a flag down, Jim. Are we going to get a clipping penalty? I believe it is going to be a clip on Union Hill. It is going to be an interception by Max, a heads-up interception by Max, who somehow held on to that football.
The Hillers got to be saying, just why? Why? He intercepts that ball. He had nothing but daylight. Who's clipping?
Well, the problem is, Jim, is that you got 10 other defensive players who are excited about the play, want to help Max set into the end zone, and maybe they get a little bit overzealous and do something that they shouldn't have done, as we'll take a look at the play. But again,
this ball was
Crespo threw the ball, and I don't know if it was tipped, but Max made a nice catch. And he's going in, and up. We saw it right there. It might have been number 40.
That's right where the penalty was. And right there, Anthony.
Here we go, another angle.
Here's another situation of just why. Because Max is out in front. There's nobody going to catch Maxie right here. Nevertheless, the Hillers will take possession of the ball. They lead by 14, 7:14 to go. Let's see if that was maybe a small break for the Bulldogs. First down, handoff goes right side to Wilmer Torres. Torres surging forward for good yardage. And right now, the Hillers are in a different gear than the Bulldogs, Anthony. They are faster, they are quicker, they are exploding off the line of scrimmage.
Well, like DeFoss said last week on a telecast, you got to wonder who cooked the eggs for them this morning, because they came out a little slow. But after that touchdown by Jose Munoz, they have put it into first gear, and now they look like a different football team.
That was a first down run by Wilmer Torres. Here's Munoz on first down. It'll be Torres again. Same play, right side. Torres banging for yardage. Puts his head down and gets a couple more.
And right now, Jim, the Emerson defense is having a difficult time in the most important area, tackling. I mean, if you're a defense, that's the first priority, tackling. And they don't seem to be doing a good job of it right now. And that has been the key to every game that Emerson's played this season. And Bruce Nascimento said it before the game, we tackle, we'll be okay.
So Wilmer Torres on consecutive carries goes 19 yards. Right now the ball on the 8-yard line. Split wide left is Joe Lopez. Here's Jose Munoz. Second down and 1. Handoff inside Heathcliff. Heathcliff looking for it. Heathcliff inside the 5. He goes.
Well, you know what? That time you saw an excellent tackle by the safety, number 23, Billy Martinez, as he came up, wrapped up Heathcliff and brought him down. So good job by Billy.
That'll bring it to first and goal. There's a timeout on the field for the Bulldogs, and they need something to happen. 14. Up to the line of scrimmage comes Jose Munoz. They need 3 for a touchdown. Hands off. Right side. Wilmer Torres. See ya. That's a touchdown for Union Hill.
Wilmer Torres He liked that end zone so much, he figured he wanted to get back there. And Union Hill, I guess they delayed the inevitable as they did not cash in on that touchdown interception by Max Moreno. But Wilmer said, all right, Max, I'll pick it up.
But really, at 1st and goal from the 3-yard line, the Hillers got you right where they want you, out of the wing tee. You got Heathcliff Lenore sitting back there. You got Wilmer Torres. You got the very mobile Jose Munoz. You don't know which way that ball is going. It's a real tough situation for a defense. And you saw right there, Wilmer Torres takes it in. And it's now 20-0 for Union Hill. And Carl Holbig will give Chris Moyano another shot at the one-pointer. The holder is Wilmer Torres. Snap, good, hold, good, kick. Wide left.
Well, we've had a little bit of everything on that extra point try. We had wide right, now we got wide left. Maybe the next time we'll go straight down the middle.
Chris Moyano just stands over the tee as he cannot believe that he missed another one.
And Jim, there's one reason why I said coming into this game that it's been a disappointing season for Union Hill at 3-5. They've got some talent out there. And, you know, for whatever reason, things just not go their way this season. I tell you, Bruce Nascimento, he might want to put the
fielded this time once again by Ainoa. Here's Kenny. Kenny across the 20 up to about the 25-yard line. And
nice tackle by number 42 for Union Hill.
And boy, I tell you were right. Frankie the Bulldog is having a day. He's having a good old time out here. We got to catch up with Frankie. There he is.
There's Frankie.
What's up, Franklin? Frankie, I talked to his owners, making his first appearance here on Thanksgiving Day. He's got his nice Emerson sweater.
I tell you, Frankie a little camera shy today. Look at him. He wants no part of the high school. Okay, there's his mom.
Yeah.
Jimmy's back from Hawaii.
Yeah, look at him. Oh, look out, Bernie.
Oh, that's Drew. He can't keep up with Frankie. He's got some moves. Now he comes in next year. He's only a freshman.
Up come the Bulldogs. They got their work cut out for them. They trail by 20 ducats right here. 5:46 to go in the first half. Here's Crespo. Hands off left side. Here's Bruce Garcia. Bruce Garcia, that was shut down right away. First man there was Juan Colon.
Well, Jim, it's 20-0. And looks like Emerson is going to try and get something established with 5:25 to go in the second quarter. And if anything, we want to try and get a positive drive right now. And you really don't want to go 3 and out.
I hear you. And talk about some of that emotion that was missing from Emerson a few moments ago. Frankie Johnson, only 5'3", but he's a senior. He came over to the Emerson bench and wanted everybody off the bench and up to the sidelines. He would have no part of anybody being on the bench. He said, everybody up, get up there, let's go, let's hear it. And even though Union Hill scored, that just goes to show you, Frankie Johnson, what this day means to a senior.
Character.
Absolutely. Win, lose, or draw, you be up there and you be into it. Take a look at Carl Holbig, 10th year head coach of the Union Hill Hillers. 3-5 this year, but you know Carl will bounce back. He's got some talented players coming back with his QB, Jose Munoz, and his featured back right now, Heathcliff Lenore.
He's had a pretty successful run also on Thanksgiving Day.
8 of 9.
Can't do much better than that.
7 of 8. Check that. He's won 7 of 8 and 3 in a row.
Well, he wins today, then he's 8 of 9.
There you go. But in the 77 years, 34 wins for Emerson, 34 wins for Union Hill, 9 ties between them. So today is the day of advantage for one of these teams. And so far, Union Hill looks to be that spot. Stepping into QB is Bruce Garcia right there. Fumble on the snap. Let's see who's got it. The Hillers got it. Oh, when it rains, it pours for Emerson right now. Bruce Garcia stood in at QB. The exchange was not there. He's wearing the gloves. And the Hillers will take over on the 26-yard line. One more look at this one. You see right there, the exchange was never taken from center to Bruce Garcia. The Hillers pounce on it, and that ball actually rolled all the way down to the 22.
Well, Jim, the last time that Union Hill had the advantage in this series
Here we go. Tony Historian.
1944.
Yo. You were just a twinkle in the eye.
So I said about 50 years.
Here's Heathcliff Lenore breaking tackles for good yardage once again.
And did you know?
Did you know?
The Did you know segment.
Sure, bring it on.
The first time these teams played back in 1919.
Rob Tamboro was directing?
Rob Tamboro's great-great-great-great-grandfather was directing. And no one scored. It was 0-0 tie for the first contest. So everybody went home happy that day except for the fans.
Yes, sir.
They said nobody came home after this football game. Nobody scored.
2nd down and 1 for the Hillers. Back to passes. Munoz will keep this one, looking for the stick. He'll lose yardage on that play. Good play by the defense. First man there was number 2, David Gutierrez.
Now, I remember from my grammar school days, Jim, being at this football game, and...
Okay, this is back in, like, the Nixon era?
This is probably more in the Carter days.
Oh, okay.
Not seeing too many empty seats in this stadium. However, when I was privileged enough to see the 1952 highlights in library class one day, Emerson won that game 63-0, led by Richie Patenti, who had a tremendous day, obviously, if they won 63-0. There was standing room only, Jim.
Here's Torres on 3rd and 3. He will get close and should have a first down. SRO, huh?
Not only was there not a seat to be found, but I remember seeing a white, almost like rope, down the sidelines as they had fans standing on the field. And that must have been a tough day for Union Hill fans. They lost 63-0, but that just shows you the way this game has gone. At one time, there probably wasn't a citizen of Union City who missed this game. I mean, they all came running out for this game, and now...
What do you attribute that to?
I attribute it to the fact that there's probably been a little bit lost of the tradition of Emerson and Union Hill, and the fact that what this rivalry really means. I think there's probably been some movement in Union City. A lot of people have grown up, and a lot of the older people who really valued the game, the people who kept the game. You know, in anything that you have a tradition, you need the older statesmen to keep it alive. And as the years go on, it's up to the younger generation to kind of carry that lead. Well, that's what I attribute to. Maybe the younger generation not having the seriousness about this game.
Here's 4th and 1. It's Heathcliff. He'll get the first down. Big 4th down for Union Hill, and they get it right there.
You buy that?
Yeah, I do buy that. I don't think, you're right, I don't think younger kids are able to grasp traditions and stuff like that. There's just
until they get older.
Kids do a lot more these days, you know, than just go to football games, and they're out and about a lot more.
Well, I'm not going to make excuses. It's Thanksgiving, so it's,
You know, but listen, I'm a 1984 high school grad. You're in that area too. You know, when you were just in your first 3 years of graduating high school, you made your business to be at that Thanksgiving Day game. I don't think that happens as much anymore. You never missed it. First down, there's Heathcliff working his way inside the 10-yard line.
Okay.
No, you know what I'm saying. I mean, there
agree.
was those times, those postgraduate years, where you came back from college, or if you were just working and you would see all your friends, and it was like, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't go on now.
The reason to go back to the football game was not only to see the football game.
To see your friends. It was
to
a homecoming.
See your friends,
it's a high school homecoming of sorts, and I think that still goes on, but I don't think it goes on to the extent that it once did.
Not by the alumni, you're right.
Ball is on the 2-yard line for Union Hill, and it's almost put this game away time in the first half. Handoff inside. Wilmer Torres, did he get in? He's very close. I mean, I don't want to count the Bulldogs out, but at this point, they look as flat as can be, and Union Hill is just doing anything they want to do. But we'll give them that Bulldog pride. Maybe they will make some noise in the second half. Never want to count a team out in the first half, because you know it can come back to haunt you.
Well, last week we saw a North Bergen team up 19-7 on Teaneck and looked like they were in full command of the football game. only to have Teaneck come back and stun them.
Here's Heathcliff, and he will go in, takes a lick, but gets over the goal line. Touchdown for the Union Hill Hillers, and now it's 26-0. And Anthony, you know, I do some work in Bergen County, and in the land of Teaneck, they're just calling it the play. The pass play, the big one, the bomb that won it for the Highwaymen.
Rodney Bennett threw a desperation bomb to, well, not desperation, but with 4 minutes to go. It was a pass with a lot of,
and it was
a lot of really power. He threw the ball about 50 or 60 yards in the air, and it was caught by Holloway, and that stunned North Bergen. You know, Jim, we go back to our Did You Know portion of the broadcast. Good. The greatest victory, or the greatest margin of victory for Union Hill in this game?
As the Hillers go for 2.
You ready? We'll wait after this 2-point conversion.
He'll keep it this time as Munoz. He's in a heap of trouble. Looking. Munoz looking. He tries to keep it, and he dances in. Oh, Jose Munoz is showing us something today.
Well, Jose Munoz, he didn't top his performance of when he broke 8 tackles, but he used every bit of his athletic ability on that 2-point conversion to get in the end zone. An outstanding job.
He absolutely froze the defense by showing pass. He had Heathcliff waiting in the back of the end zone. He just tucked it under and slipped his way inside the goal line marker. Take another look. Shows pass. Like we are as the Hillers prepare to kick off, and they are out and running, are the Union Hill Hillers, 28-0, and our resident historian, Anthony Fusilli, is busy going through the archives to bring out some more statistical, factual, historical records and tendencies on this game. Here's Frankie Johnson, takes the ball. Frankie Johnson straight up the middle. He's tackled there after he crosses over the 30-yard line.
19.
Here we go.
42, Jim. Union Hill beat Emerson by a score of 45-0. And that is the greatest margin of victory for Union Hill. And I already mentioned what Emerson's was. 1952, they won a game 63-0. So 28-0 right now. One of those records might be in jeopardy if Emerson doesn't come out in the second half.
Well, I don't think the all-time record will be in jeopardy, but
we hope
their own personal record.
We hope the all-time record isn't in jeopardy.
Well, Crespo will come out in the shotgun here. 1:19 to go. Let's see if Emerson can put something on the board before the half. Crespo swings out. This ball's intercepted, and look out. Look out. Number 15 is on his horse. Juan Colon. Colon's got the right Colon. Juan Colon is going to get a penalty because he did an NFL spike. But he had nothing but daylight right there.
Well, you can't do that if you're Juan Colon.
You ever seen every official throw a penalty at once?
Well, then he knows the rules. I mean, you can't do this. It's a pass out there with nobody there. I mean, Emerson's 1:09 to go in the half.
Watch this. Watch one.
You can't do that. And Julio let him know you can't do that. But let me tell you something. You got a $1:09 to go. You're down 28-0. Emerson's throwing the ball out there like, you know, they're not concerned about going in at halftime down 28-0. And Juan Colon watching a little bit too much of that football on Sunday. And you think the officials, how long do you think it took the officials to throw their flag? It was like instant yellow.
They came from everywhere.
Man, it was, you know what? I think they're still coming down, Jim. And you know what I always wondered? How they know what flag is theirs. I mean, you got 4 or 5 flags on the field right now. Do they care, or do they have their own personal flag?
Do they have their own personal? It's like, you think a guy likes to have his own flag and never, you know, maybe it's a...
In life, everyone sometimes, you know, has their own personal...
Now, where is this penalty marked off? I believe this is marked off on the kickoff, not on the extra point.
I think Emerson has their choice.
Right, and I would think they would take it on the kickoff instead of the extra point to get themselves 15 yards of better field position, but...
You know what
I think right now Carl Holberg has called his team together and said, you know, let's not get crazy here, guys. We're in command. I know it's the first half. We're still going to play football and execute. But let's not turn this game into something that might get ugly by rubbing it in their faces or something early on here. I mean, it's pretty much going their way in its entirety.
He's telling them right now to have a little class here on Thanksgiving. And you would think that his team right now is going to listen to their head coach.
I mean, I will, in essence, cut Juan Colon a little slack here. The young man has probably never scored a touchdown, and it was just an absolute release of emotion.
Well, we don't know if he's never scored a touchdown, but
I think so. As a sophomore, I think, I mean,
he
you're right.
probably hasn't scored a touchdown on Thanksgiving.
Oh, based on the evidence I have of his reaction,
you would hope he.
I am going to say that he never scored a touchdown.
Okay, well, you know what then? If it was his first touchdown, he gets into the end zone, and then he says to himself, how do you react when you score a touchdown? And now he has learned a valuable lesson in life. I mean, that's what high school's about. You're learning about things that you can do in life and things you can't. And he got the attention from the referees and his coach.
I think it was Woody Hayes, the great Ohio State coach, who once said, young man, you score a touchdown, you act like you've been there before. And based on that,
I don't think he's been there before. Well, whatever it is, the officials are still talking about it.
Whatever it is.
And I'm telling you right now, you know, it's not too difficult to figure out. It's either one or the other, unless they are...
you know, Anthony, there's one historical fact that you missed out on that I think is an...
Somebody's getting taken off the field here. For Union Hill.
Yeah,
Number 40 is being taken off the field by the coaching staff.
Hugo Dominguez. Anthony, one historical fact that I think you missed out on that I think is in absolute jeopardy is elapsed time for a single Thanksgiving game. And I think that record is absolutely about to fall as you take a look at some of the Hiller fine young lady cheerleaders doing a great job as always. Part of the parade this morning. They have their faces painted up.
You know, on Thanksgiving Day, I always had the most admiration for the Duralettes and the cheerleaders because, you know, you're all bundled up on Thanksgiving and you're still cold. And I always wondered, you know, that's dedication.
That was some of the young color guard and flag girls.
There you see our official.
Part of the band. And
Ralph Lamano.
Well, this game is about almost an hour and a half old, and we're not even through the second quarter.
Well, Jim, that turkey that you put in the oven before you left the house?
Hit in the microwave before it's all over.
$1.09 to go. And what could possibly take this long to figure out?
It's, you know what happens?
What could it be? Do the officials have nowhere to go?
I mean, I guess...
I mean, come on, fellas.
We know it's a celebration penalty.
The guy spiked the ball. It's a celebration penalty. Let's make a decision here.
Let's take another look. Juan Colon will take a little out pass by Crespo. Juan Colon, he catches it. Now, right here, Juan knows he's going in. And watch the post celebration by Juan. Whack! Fumble. Rips off. Oh, that's what it might have been right there. After Colon spiked that ball, I think he got a little push from behind.
You mean from the Emerson player?
Yeah, I think so. We'll take another look at that one. Maybe I'll ask
Julio
cue that up for just one more time.
Well, Julio Posada for Emerson was the Bulldog who pushed Colon, but I don't believe that that's the reason why this game is still being delayed.
And the penalty was marked off on the extra point. So here it is, 34-0. Here's your extra point. From 32 yards out, they'll go for a one-shot deal for 2 points. Here's Munoz in motion as Torres hands off to the up back. This is Nicky Pilat. Nicky Pilat turns it inside, and look at this. Nicky Pilat will get 2 points from 32 yards out. Oh, man.
What can you say? I mean,
that is just adding insult to injury for the Emerson Bulldogs that they can just get nothing going today.
How about a nice play call by the Union Hill team? The inside inside handoff where one back went through, handed to the other player. And
a little misdirection.
We are 36-0 here.
way out in front. They are set to kick off, and let's just hope the Bulldogs can get a little something going in the second half, put a few points on the board, get into the action a little bit. It's a nice crowd on hand today. They came out to see some football. So far, they've seen nothing but the Hillers in action. I know Bruce Nascimento. He'll go in at halftime. He'll fire the boys up.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not playing today. He was an excellent football player in his high school days and college days.
Short kickoff, hand. There's some room by Kenny Inoa. And Inoa gets it up to about the 40-yard line and 1:01 to go. Out will come Tommy Crespo, who's had a tough day at that. Crespo, one interception for a touchdown that was called back, but the interception still stood. And one interception for a touchdown a moment ago that put this game in stall mode for about 20 minutes as the referees try to figure out.
On the sidelines for Emerson, number 28, Anthony Legger. The heart and soul, really, of Emerson, his team captain.
Out.
Leading rusher, leading defender.
Out with a broken collarbone, right?
You can tell they missed him today.
Here's a handoff to Bruce Garcia, left side. Bruce has got some room, heads for the sidelines, knocked out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Clock will keep rolling. Strangely, he went flying out of bounds. I don't know how the clock can keep rolling.
Well, it stopped.
Yeah, the referee's arm is in full motion, and there goes the clock. Under 50 seconds to go. What more do you got to do to get out of bounds than that?
Well, maybe
second down and about 3.
Maybe we've changed the rules now as we're going around.
Maybe the officials are thinking about the gravy and stuffing. Handoff inside, stacked up right away by Bruce Garcia.
Good job of tackling by Harrison Ovale. Or Oval for Union Hill up front.
Bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Bulldogs. Clock runs under 10 seconds. That may be it. Bruce Nascimento, I believe, just going to let this one run out. 5, 4,
Come
3
on,
seconds.
We need a flag or a timeout call right now.
Yeah, and that'll do it. The horn will sound as zeros across the board on the scoreboard. The Bulldogs a little bit dejected. Walk off as we take a look at Bruce Garcia. He looks to be okay, and the Bulldogs are not even leaving the field. They're just going straight to the bench. Now Bruce Nascimento instructs them to get down into the locker room. Carl Holbig will hold his players.
And what they're trying to do is
avoid
each other.
Avoid meeting at the intersection, and that's always a good job no matter what game you are playing, what sport.
Well, Emerson, if you're the Bulldogs, right now, you'd almost like to see any type of emotion.
And I spotted the
Fa is in the house.
Boy, he looks great.
Look at the Fa back.
We are fired up here as we see the Fa, Ed Ford, a legendary replacement for me. We'll take a short break. The Hillers go into the locker room with drums. And here